growing up, I was about 132 pounds before I started strength training. That was roughly about 14, 15 years old. It's about 5'10" to 6 feet tall. I didn't hit puberty till late. I hit puberty, the peak of my puberty at grade 10, 11, 12. So I was still growing. But when I started strength training, I was about 132 pounds, stick and bone, nothing. And I was shy. I was a pushover. I got beat up. I got punched. I lost count of how many fights I got into. None of them I started at that age. None of them I started. And that's what people don't understand is when you're weak and you're thin and you're shy, you're a fucking target to everybody. Because they automatically... Shyness is another fancy word for fear. And when you're stick and bone and you're scared, no one's going to respect you. It is what it is. You know it. You know. If you're watching this and you're skinny and frail, you know. Or if you're a bigger person, you know it. When you see a skinny person, the first thing that goes through your head is, I can take this guy on. I can take this girl on. Pop! Looks like a twig, a Bambi, knocked over, no respect. And that's the truth. And let's get real. When you're skinny and you're stick and bone, you feel like there's nothing there in you. When you wear your clothes, I remember wearing a suit once. Long story short, during a co-op, I got fired. University, my dad brought me back home to find a job. I wore a suit. He made me wear a suit. Fucking, I hated it. I just felt like, ugh, disgusting. And anything with clothes on, I just felt uncomfortable. I just remember everywhere I went, I was just uncomfortable. It's just a terrible way to be. It's just like, I already feel insecure about being stick and bone. I already got made fun of for having chicken legs. I already have a hole in my fucking chest because I was born with a genetic defect. It was just not a good fucking... And puberty was weird. I was under a lot of fucking stress for school to perform and get to university. My grades went from fucking A minus, B plus, A to straight C minus, maybe some D's here and there. My parents were getting worried. So I fucking hated myself at that point in my life. So, but then again, I realized, it's like, man, like if I imagine I put some muscle on. I knew that's a beautiful thing. I at one point, like I said, my back was against the wall. But I knew if I get stronger, I put on muscle, shit, it's gonna be great. Everyone around me as a young age, if you're jacked as fuck, lean as hell, you get all the respect, the attention, the girls. It was just a no-brainer for fucking me. So I wasn't worried about getting stronger. I knew I would eventually get there. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just sticking bone this rest of how I'm going to be the rest of my life. And I did that thing. Where you try to shove food down your fucking throat. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. What has worked is to trigger your metabolism by just doing a hard-ass workout such that you're really fucking hungry. And then you eat more than usual. Of course, when I started, I did it all wrong. I only had a glass of milk. That was my version of a protein shake. That's what I was told by my friend, my mentor, at the back of class. He's like, have something with protein in it. He said about 20, 30 grams of protein. I had milk. That's how I started. Nothing was really correct, but I was committed. I was consistent. This is what people don't understand. Just because you're fucking consistent in the gym doesn't mean you're going to progress. It's not like martial arts. The thing about being martial arts, you can be skinny, stick and bone, going to class. You get better and better and better. In the gym, you might progress initially, but if your workout's not exactly on point and you're not having the right macros, you're not going to get stronger. It is what it is. That's the one thing about fitness and martial arts. Fitness, you can be a consistent motherfucker for 10 years straight. There's a lot of those guys in corporate gyms, and they ain't growing. They're not growing stronger. The exact same body, same look, and they all think it's genetics. You look at martial arts, you can be consistent as fuck. Just showing up, and you'll get better. That's the only difference that people don't understand. So, I believe in the system. I wasn't doing everything correct, but I swear to God, if you're a stick and bone, you start squatting and deadlifting, and you're eating the right amount of protein, and you're spreading out your meals, I swear to God, getting 7 meals a day, 7 snacks a day is like no-brainer. It's easy. But you got to put in the stress. You got to put in the work. And when you start feeling good, when you start adding some density, thickness to your frame, people will notice your energy. It's different. There's a skinny guy that I know in this part-time job that I usually do. He started training all the time. He's not doing anything right. Well, not even right. That's a bit harsh. He's doing something's right more than I was doing when I was started. And I can see he's changed. I see the density, the confidence, his posture is up. He's holding himself correctly. People are pushing him less around at work, which is fucking great. It's just what it is. If you're stick and bone and you're going through life, it's not pleasant. Eventually, when you get older, you're gonna be skinny fat. And if you're a female, no legs, no ass, promise, man's word, you can build that ass. You can definitely do. It got to a point where my ass got so big, I just got spanked, bit. I mean, harassment on L. Where's Me Too? Me Too. Getting harassed here. People biting my ass and spanking in public. It's not normal. And like that's my reality. I fucking went from both ends. Man, I remember this was traumatizing to a degree. There was these two girls there's this girl I had a crush on. They told me to go into the change room in a mall. Take my pants off. I took my pants off, so naive, so stupid. I was unaware of what they wanted me to do. They took my pants off. The minute I took my pants off in my box, they just started laughing, crying out loud. They couldn't even breathe. So they couldn't even say the words. They just got up and left and ditched me. They just tried to say the word chicken legs. And they ditched me in the mall. They ran away faster. Imagine that. And I was scared to do anything with legs. Scared to do anything with legs. I had not only had skinny legs, I had that skinny calf. So I had that bowed leg look. It was like a wishbone. I'm laughing now because my legs are my gift right now. Shit. All your weaknesses that you're insecure about, the more you put your effort and drive into it, it will become your strength. So if you hate your arms and you put effort into your arms, it's going to be your strength. Because people have this idea that they're fucked with it, but when you put the effort and intensity into it, you'd be surprised what the mind can do. Every year, world records get broken to the point where they think they can't reach it, it gets achieved. So if you're so insecure and in that much pain and you put that much effort into it, it's going to turn into one of the most beautiful things that you've loved. All the time it happens. All the time. Most of those females and guys in the gym who have freaky bodies, they had genetically ungifted bodies when they started. Maybe they had the right frame or certain things, but when they put in the effort and the right system, the right blueprint, the right consistency, and the right growth and right mindset, yeah. Now they see all the gifts, oh, this guy's talented, this and that. Nobody said I was talented in the gym when I started. Nobody. Not even when I was 18 or 19 or 20. No one's like, oh, this guy, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. Nope. You know, long fucking path. I even slipped. I went from jacked as fuck. But my biggest I got was 212 at 6%-ish. Fucking disgusting huge. Lean, dense, huge. Not even like massive huge, just dense. Rock. Negative point. You put me in fucking a pool, I'd sink. Couldn't swim. Just fucking sink. Like a magnet. So dense. But eventually I lost all my muscle. Everything I lost it all. I had to start from scratch. That's when I was a pothead and I was a degenerate and my fantasy, I was chaos. And you'd be surprised. People don't like, the energy is different, how I carry myself is different, people look at me different. And I was like, fuck, that's a weird reality shift. I went from fucking everyone giving me attention, now I'm not getting much attention. It's the craziest fucking thing because it's like within a few months, you see like the world shift. People are like seeing you differently. They're not even seeing you. You don't even exist. Whereas a few months before, fucking MILFs, people are just jumping on top of you. Females jumping on top of you. Harassment in an elevator. Fucking had weird shit in the elevator. I had a guy come up to me in the elevator, come up to me this fucking close, put my fucking nipples, and he wanted me to go into his fucking elevator. The gayest thing I ever had experienced. One of the gayest things. I said, dude, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I appreciate the compliment. Get the fuck. This is a 4 a.m. in a hotel. I've gotten harassed so many fucking times. This is trippy. This is coming from a guy who never got any fucking attention. No one. No one's gonna fuck with you at that size. Nobody's gonna fuck with you. You walk into a job when you're in a 3-piece suit, looking tip-top, sharp as fuck, lean as hell, jacked and ripped. Ah! You know, because when you walk in, people are gonna think, that's discipline. I want that. I wish I could do that. I wish I could look like that in a suit. And it's doable. If you're skinny and you're frail, fuck, come on, man. Shit. Don't you want it? You gotta put in the work. I mean, you wanna be like that for the rest of your fucking life? I can't think of many skinny motherfuckers who are just like unsuccessful. Because you can say Soulja Boy, you can say Machine Gun Kelly, but I mean like Machine Gun Kelly from last time I heard he put a gun to his throat and he was gonna kill himself. I mean like you can have all the success you want from my understanding, external success. If you're internally not happy with yourself, then it is what it is. You don't hear many powerlifters, strongman people. He's like, strongman went on a shooting rampage. Strongman's a pedophile. You never hear this shit. It's always a weird, weak-looking motherfucker. So, like, I knew I was weak. I had weird thoughts, imaginary evils. I was disgusted with myself. I didn't want to be in this position. So I just realized I had to put in the fucking work. And I realized after a while, when I got to that point, you think there's a hallelujah moment. It ain't. It's not going to come. You're going to get to that point. You're going to love yourself. And you realize, I got to go back to the gym because it's the work. It's the hard fucking work that makes me feel good. And that's when you realize you're building character. You're building who you are. That's who you are. You're the guy who goes to the gym and you become so confident you're able to speak your mind You can say what the fuck you want. You don't give a shit. Because you're not worried about emotional attacks. You're like, okay, if someone says something, I'm not going to react. I'm not like trying to navigate these words. Because internally you're so strong. Your emotions are strong. You're emotionally grounded. You're not nervous all the time. You're strong. You look good. You feel good. You do good in life. It's a progression. It's never ending. Yeah, there are days you slip, but hey. So like, and that's a beautiful thing. There is a forever skinny look. That's true. And here's a tip. When I was $170, my mom said you're perfect. When I was $180, my mom said you're perfect. Don't get big enough. When I was $190, my mom said you're perfect. Don't get big enough. When I was 200, my mom said you're perfect. Don't get big enough. They're always gonna say you're perfect. Don't get big enough. And when you start losing weight, they say the same thing. Oh, you're losing weight. Hey, listen, just find a weight that you're comfortable with. Eventually, achieve that. I swear to God, I had a visual thought of like I want sort of a certain body type. I want a mixture of like something like GSP, Ben Johnson, certain people. I looked at Cristiano Ronaldo. It turns out when I skewed it up together, I got this weird combination because I looked at people that I had similar body types with me. You know, I was so skinny, and I thought I didn't think there was many people out there like me. But when I looked at other people with similar body types, I was just like, shit. So I can kind of achieve that. So look for people who with similar body structure and bone structures as you. See that it's possible and you're no different, and go for it. Find the coach, find the right mentor, stick to it.